and where it said it was from. He put a return address from a Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, and the other one, the actual send-to address, was to Buckley Christ at Northwestern University.
But it was just in the middle of the parking lot?
It was in the middle of the parking lot at a university. These people, they say, professor. Oh, okay, I don't know how this got here.
Oh, dude, so someone needs to take care of this.
Yeah, someone needs to take care of this. So, they put it in the mail, and this guy gets it. The guy from the return address, he gets it, and he doesn't recognize his handwriting on it. And he's like, that's a little odd that someone would write, a return address for me. So he calls up a security guard, a college security guard, and he's like, yeah, why don't you take care of it?
So do you think this is a way? Was this a way for Kaczynski, because we know he's not the boldest man? Is this a way for him to wash his hands of it?
I don't think it.
So he didn't technically deliver it?
This is just a way for he just knows how to not get caught.
Yeah, that's the idea. So it just kind of disappears.
You get a bunch of fingerprints on it, like everyone's kind of touched it. And
yeah, I mean, it's gone through the mail so much. And the security guard, before he opened it up, he actually joked. He's like, maybe it's a bomb.
Never say that.
Never say that. Yeah, because all you're doing is setting it up, and then
say maybe it's $1,000. Then maybe it will be. It's never good to say maybe it's a bomb.
The secret.
Well, you'll see, his further attempts to not get caught. You'll see the way that the bombs are constructed. He almost handmade every piece in the bomb. The switches were made out of hickory. He used matches that were untraceable. He used nails that were untraceable. He used batteries in which he scraped off all of the labeling. And that's why the first bombs that he built kind of shitty.
I like that, though.
No, they were like Etsy.
Yeah.
They had
this is 100% homemade bomb right there. Can't go wrong with it.
I mean, it didn't work because, when regular pipe bombs, you want the metal threading on it because it kind of creates pressure, it creates a bubble that explodes, plus you get a lot more shrapnel. But his trademark throughout the years, wooden boxes. He would always use wood because part of his trip was also an environmental trip.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he knew exactly how to make a wooden box. If we can look at the cabin that he has in the woods,
he would have done great at shop.
Large, I think he would have been okay at shop.
I mean, he would not have dealt with the jocks.
No,
he would have been very good at the projects.
Yeah, that's right.
So the person who opened up was the security officer Terry Marker opened it up and then just blew a bunch of his fingers off, which became sort of the scarring. Became really the what Unabomber became known for.
Yeah, he mutilated a lot of people. He only killed 3, but he seriously injured a lot of people.
That seems to be common. Like that Luke Helder guy from UW Stout. When I was at college there, he tried to make the smiley face across America.
Yeah.
That's all he did. Just blew off people's arms and hands and things. Terrible.
No,
very terrible.
Because the idea is that it shows that his real motivation was never to. He wanted to kill, but he didn't really want to kill. He wanted the ego trip of fear.
Right.
He wanted the ego trip of creating an atmosphere of fear, like Son of Sam.
Yeah, and especially that's how, focusing on universities, he wanted to create that atmosphere of fear within the system that he hated.
Right,
he hated so much. Here's the funny thing: his nickname was not originally the Unabomber. The U.S. Postal Service, they were the first people to have a handle on this case. They all named him the Junkyard Bomber.
Oh,
Junkyard Bomber.
Junkyard Bomber sounds like a wrestler's name.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy with a big wrench and a dog tied to a chain, and he just goes like, "It's time to give him the dump truck."
Yeah, just an elbow from the top rope. The old dump truck. Unitard. That's what I'm going to call him. The unitard. Little slowpoke.
And his buddies called him Winnie the Shits.
Oh, look at that.
Another bad nickname.
I like Winnie the Shits. So the first guy got some fingers blown off. And then how long did he wait before he sent out the next mystery package?
Less than a year. And it was also at Northwestern University. And this one, it wasn't a mail bomb. This was just one that he kind of set out there. This guy, John Harris, there was this cigar-shaped box that had the Phillies blunt cigar logo on it. It had just been lying around a room in Northwestern University in one of the classrooms, and he just started like, you know what, I could do a box like that. that's a cool little box. Let's go check out, see what that box is all about.
Never check out boxes.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
He opened up the box, and the force of this blast was a hell of a lot bigger than the last one.
So he was getting better.
He was getting better, and I don't know if how he checked his work, because I mean he was in Montana. You know, it's not like he had the internet to check out and see what happened at Northwestern, what happened here, what happened there. I don't know how he knew that he was getting better at it. That's the weird. That's the weird thing about it.
I'm certain there would be a mystery bomber. I bet he got newspaper. Again, he just caught the fucking bus and went to town. It was right there.
Because you can go to Missoula, and there's plenty of places in Missoula to get some newspapers.
And I guarantee you, at 8 a.m. every single day, there was a big dump on that road. No one knows who did it. We always did it, though.
There's some kind of mystery pooper out here on this road. I hope he doesn't turn into a bomber of some sort. Well,
Unabomber, maybe.
So in 1979, that's when Ted Kaczynski finally hits national headlines.
What happened with the guy who opened up the cigar box?
I mean, he was maimed. Again,
he said minor cuts and burns.
Yeah, it was the same thing as the guy before. So in 1979, he decides that he is going to bomb an American Airlines flight.
Which things get pretty serious,
right?
Once you want to bomb an airplane.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he wasn't targeting American Airlines specifically. He wasn't targeting any flight specifically. He just, and it's fairly ingenious how he did this. He just put out the parcel to airmail. And of course, in airmail, you know, a lot of these things are carried along commercial flights.
Yeah.
And he rigged up a barometer in this package that once the barometer hit 35,500 feet,
it would blow, which is normal cruising altitude for a plane.
Which is normal. Yeah, the bomb triggered, and
then Bane and all of his henchmen would come. No, Matt Hardy. Now, sound like you got more toilet paper in your mouth. No more toilet paper.
I'm working on my Bane verse.
That's very good. That's perfect. Yeah, if a butthole could talk, that's what it was to sound like. There we go. Perfect.
He still wasn't very good at making his bombs. It was just a big mass of gunpowder. He didn't build it that well, but it did fill the entire cabin up with smoke. A lot of people got sick. There was an emergency landing. But one authority said that if he would have built it correctly, it would have obliterated the plane.
Oh, yeah.
It would have just, blown into a million pieces.
It's sort out there. We're all a work in progress.
Right. So he got lucky with his second bomb.
Well, the people got lucky.
The people got lucky, Ben.
Not him.
No, I know. I'm saying because the second bomb was better than the first, but it seems like he kind of went back to the old ways for the third, and it wasn't such a successful bomb.
Yeah. I think he was self sabotaging. I don't think he really wanted to succeed. Because you can't. It's never can't.
He didn't do
won't.
It. Yeah. Daily affirmation and believe in yourself.
Of course. Yeah. If you want revenge, believe in yourself.
Revenge.
So, of course, bombing an airliner is pretty serious. They bring in the FBI on this. They bring in the ATF. And so now you've got the FBI, you've got the ATF, you've got the Postal Inspection Service.
Yeah, you got all the fuck-up societies coming in there all ready to just we'll burn it down. You're like, no, wait, let's wait.
Yeah, if I want a fucking crime solved, who am I going to turn to? Oh, the ATF and the post office.
Great. Cool. I'm scared of the post office. They're not messing around.
So the task force eventually grew to 150 full-time investigators, analysts, and others. Over the next 17 years, 50,000 suspects will be added to the database, and as the task force was put together, this is when he gets his infamous name, the University and Airline Bomber, or Unabomb.
I did not realize that's what that was from.
Yeah. And he was technically known as Unabomb. He was known as Unabomb.
Wow.
And then they made the Unabomber because it was just the Post probably made that.
I mean, again, like they always do in the media, they give these guys such cool names.
Cooler names.
And I mean, did they have this sketch at this point?
No.
That made him look like he was the
sketch came in like 85.
But that's literally, this was the, I remember this time period because it was like up until when he was caught in 95. This was the first serial killer that I personally was obsessed with. I had, my mom found I had a folder that had all the cutouts of the Unabomber, all the pictures, all the articles about him, because I remember I had that picture of his mugshot, of the drawing of him taped to a folder. And
by the way,
must have been frightening.
I'm just gonna say, all the parents. I don't know how
to
any
find
of
in the
parents
bottom of my closet, like
I don't know. If I found that in my kid's closet, I'd just
chip up the old block.
the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Right. Well, let's I'll talk to your kid. Let's do that. But I do feel like the guy who created the drawing, the mugshot, he just had he was lazy. Just gave him like huge glasses, a hoodie. I mean, you couldn't be more covered up than this guy.
I mean, that's what the witness who saw him. That's how she described him to him.
Right.
Like he was wearing a hood. He was wearing.
You know what?
It was the only time he was ever seen.
Maybe he was having some like a carton of milk like in his pocket or maybe in his satchel bag, but there was just a smell of spoiled milk.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, a lot of people
didn't just see Levon Helm.
Hey man, that's a little fucking over the line right there.
Sorry. I mean, I would imagine that after playing music, you get a little bit odorous.
Yes, that is
Marcus smells fine. He plays music every week.
Yeah, I play it a few times a week. I'm a drummer, just like Levon Helm.
I ain't trying to bottle the fragrance, though. I mean, it's not that. It's not spoiled milk, but it's not exactly daisies in the
It's somewhere between spoiled milk and brute.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it's describe your smell.
Oh, thank you. It's quite sweet.
Okay, all right. Well, let's compliment.
All right, yeah. It's a compliment.
Awesome. So so 3 bombs in.
Yeah.
He's the Unabomber. I guess we'll pick it up there.
Yeah, he's got the name. He's got the game. All he needs now is
a woman to love him. I don't know. A different personality entirely.
Yes, something else.
Right.
He needs something else. He just needs a university job. If only I bet
if they would have fired me from that foam rubber plant, I would never be doing this.
If we could have just gotten a fleshlight and then just send it to him and just be like, hey, anytime you're lazy, anytime you're feeling like you got an afternoon to kill, plug this in the wall.
This is funny because I usually send bombs that explode, but I'm about to explode into this bomb right here.
Well, and nothing is quite like the fresh scent of washing your fleshlight out by a beautiful stream.
Yeah.
Washing my fleshlight in a bathtub.
Disgusting.
It's rubbery and musky. It's very
single life.
It's not musky, musty. I got the tangent.
No.
It's very musty.
Put some dryer sheets in there.
You're a relatively attractive young man. You don't have to have sex with a fleshlight.
You let him have his ball plunger.
I don't have to. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, I don't have to do a lot of things.
The ball plunger 2000. Wonderful. Well, let's do a Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. I will miss New York City. I will miss you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Henry, safe travels.
Thank you.
Let's see. Anything else going on? I guess September 7th, we have some live show here at the Creek.
September 7th.
We're going to have all the people from Cave Comedy Radio.
Well, we're moving that because September 7th is the first day of football.
Okay, so scratch that. I apologize. Eddie does not tell me these things.
We're moving it to, this was only decided yesterday, moving it to August 31st. And in fact, we're having a bit of a weekend because we'll have the last podcast on the left live show on Saturday night. And then we're going to have the Cave Comedy Radio sausage party on Sunday. So it's going to be a hell of a CCR weekend.
Can we rename Sausage Party?
That's the Cave Comedy Radio sausage party. If you don't have your favorite Cave Comedy Radio personality.
I don't like the name. I'm just going to Sausage Party. Good Lord.
Sausage Festival?
How about nothing
Sausage
to do with
Festival sounds like a stinkier sausage party.
Yeah, it sounds worse. What about...
Come out to the Sausage Carnival.
Hang out with the crew and brew. I don't know. It's just something better than Sausage Party. Either way. So yeah, August 31st. It's an all-day affair.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. It's gonna be super fucking sweet. Yeah, last podcast on the left live show on the 30th and Cave Comedy Radio Live on the 31st featuring the trial of the mystery pooper.
Huh?
Yes, and Heidi V. Kelly. I'm going to give a Heidi V. Kelly and say I miss her again.
V. Kelly.
Yes.
V. Kelly.
And how was the shooting in Atlanta for season 2 of Pretty Face?
We've made the 3 best episodes we've made in the entire series.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
You will love it.
Did you break out in hives this year?
No, look at me. My skin's pretty good.
You look great.
Yeah, you got used to it. You built up a tolerance.
I am. I wash myself in 99% alcohol.
Oh God.
I'm jealous, actually. Wow, that's perfect. All right, everybody, hail yourselves.
Hail me!
Alguien.
There's no place to escape to. This is the last podcast. On the left. Rise from your grave. That's when the cannibalism started. What was that?
Yeah, we're an hour 44 of Twitter sadness, which immediately turns to self-promotion.
But I also literally got the news right before I was walking into a big network read for A to Z. I was literally walking down the hallway to go be a chuckle fuck for the big brass at NBC, and someone's just like, "Hey, Robin Williams committed suicide." And we're like, "Fuck."
I was the first one to message all the friends.
Yeah, you broke it to
Thank
me.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, man.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much. And it was from the Jason Voorhees Twitter account.
No, that's not where I found out about it, but I did see that Jason Voorhees mentioned it, and I thought that was maybe Jason could have let that one go.
Yeah.
But it was kind of sweet.
I loved him in Aladdin. Also was asked on Twitter if I could include more choking and sucking on the podcast. I think it's for masturbation. I don't have, you're naughty, and you shouldn't be masturbating to this. Ew, that's gross. Unless you're a lady. And
No, people like to
all day long.
People like to masturbate to you. You're on that website, Bear Huggers or Bear Lovers or
Chubbarama.
Chubbarama. So, ladies and gentlemen, go to chubbarama.com and leave the finest reviews for your one and only Hong Kong Henry Zabrowski. Let everyone know you like the way he looks.
Everybody can jerk off to me.
Usually, I have a lot of people jacking off to my voice, but I feel like people are actually jacking off to your body, Henry.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
What do you mean strange? I think it's different and unique. I think if you find me sexually attractive, you're probably a cool person.
Yeah. I'm sure they're into cake farts and stuff like that.
Who is it?
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to get into it, by the way. Anyway, welcome to the show. That's Marcus Parks. I'm Ben Kissel. Of course, we're joined from beautiful Los Angeles
Hi, my name's Ted Kaczynski.
by Ted Kaczynski himself. I had no idea you were on the line.
From the Supermax prison in Colorado.
Yes, it's good to be here, and I gotta say, I went to the commissary and I said, "Do you have the Trident that I ordered?" And they said no, and I will have my revenge.
I agree with you, Ted. You got to have nice smelling breath when you're in prison, so when you're violently accosted in the showers, everyone also has a good time.
It seems my natural spoiled milk smell seems to keep the men from me.
Really? So you've actually this is kind of interesting. Like like a skunk?
Yeah.
Or other animals that exude toxins and smells that are so unlikable that someone won't even kill them.
But Ben, doesn't a skunk also deserve some love?
I agree.
From other
Doesn't a
skunks.
skunk deserve a wife? A skunk wife? Well, I guess I'll just have to go through with this stinky old pillow of mine I've been rubbing my dookies on so it can smell like me.
You've been rubbing your dookies on your prison pillow.
Yeah.
Well, Ted, you're a brilliant mind, and I'm sure all the mathematical equations that you've written in Dookie on the walls completely make sense. And you're like Goodwill Hunting. Speaking of Mr. Robin Williams,
Yeah.
What's the fella that Matt Damon played? Whatever his name is, Will, I guess.
I have to definitely say, that's the first time I've heard that comparison.
All right, let's continue on. Ted Kaczynski.
Man, I spent a while reading his manifesto this morning.
Yeah.
What a fucking crybaby nerd.
They always are. He's like a BTK type.
He's got a couple of good points. We're going to get into
Okay.
I'm fine with the philosophy.
The philosophy's good. I enjoyed the philosophy quite a bit.
Except for that
at
he gets a
times.
little racist.
Well,
Up top.
I mean, Anders Breivik did copy and paste very large sections of the Unabomber manifesto after he killed those 77 kids, except he replaced the term leftist with multiculturalists and also cultural Marxists.
And as we discussed before, Andrew Breivik, he now is in an Oslo prison, and he has paid friends because they don't want him to get sad. I'm sure Mr. Kaczynski. Ted, as a matter of fact, do you have any paid friends in prison? Is anybody hanging out with you at all, or?
Let's just say I'm difficult to be around. What I've done is I'm getting really good at toilet wine.